Hello and welcome everybody to yet another day of the I-League Season number 2 qualifiers. This time around, it is the Southeast Asian qualifiers. European ones already over. But here we are, Arcanys Gaming versus Vengeance Gaming. It's going to be a best of 3 series. It's the Philippines versus the Philippines pretty much here. So, lots of national pride on the line here. But we'll see who can come out on top. I mean, Arcanys definitely must be the favorites coming into this. They've had quite a strong showing, especially at the MPGL as well, the Mineski Pro Gaming League Land Finals. But how well they're actually going to perform, it's remained to be seen. This is the round of 16 though, the round 3. So you have to go through this, then into the quarterfinals, into the semifinals, and the finals after that as well. So you have to win 4 best of 3s in a row to actually get or qualify for the I-League. So it's going to be a tough nut to crack for really anybody who takes part of this, especially since there are a lot of strong names. Unfortunately, Team Malaysia did forfeit against G-Guard, which was the game I was supposed to cast earlier on, but since Team Malaysia also have a Star Ladder match, then Star Ladder just took priority here, for them at least. So unfortunately they do forfeit against G-Guard, but Arcanys vs Vengeance, hopefully it's going to be a great substitute game nonetheless. And looking at the bans, Broodmother banned out first, Death Prophet the second one by Arcanys, but unfortunately, so Vengeance Gaming do decide to just ban out the Brewmaster as well as a Meepo. I mean, Brewmaster, yes, you can ban that hero out all you want, I don't care about that, but do not ban Meepos. It's always exciting to see Meepo, even if they lose. At least you see some big poof plays or just Earth Binds into poofs, just buying time for your supports or other cores to rotate in with the Earth Binds, just keeping them in place. But not gonna happen as Arcanys. They were pretty happy to just grab themselves a Tidehunter. So Vengeance now, what do they go for? Is it Skyref Mage, Ogre Magi, maybe an Vengeful Spirit? Or do they go for like a Razor, Viper, something like those lines? I do have to say, I have not seen Vengeance Gaming play before. Play Hard used to be, or played for Mineski at one point, I do believe. Chaco, I would like to say the same for him. Maybe he was a stand-in there as well, but I do believe Chaco played for Mineski as well before, so they definitely aren't slouches themselves, but we'll see who's gonna just come out on top in this Philippines versus Philippines matchup. And Vengeance, they're not as fast with the first pick as Arcanys were. Of course, Tidehunter is kind of a no-brainer pick, to be honest, in most cases, or at least for most teams. But Vengeance, maybe they have something just special planned for us. Phoenix could be one of them, maybe. They do start with a Razor though. Razor is definitely a good hero to have against Tidehunter. So let's say the Razor is safe lane, and most likely Arcanys will be playing the Tidehunter off lane. It just means that the Razor, he can easily solo the Tidehunter as well if need be, just static link him up constantly. So in that regard, you can just buy your supports the time to either A, be stacking and farming up the jungle, depending on what supports you have, or B, you just go ganking around non-stop almost. Sure, you want to kill the Tidehunter as well, so you're probably gonna stay around the lane for like the first couple of minutes. Make it so that the Tidehunter, if he's left solo against Razor, the Razor already has a level advantage. But Ogre Magi is the second pick for Vengeance. I mean, it's definitely a strong hero. It's one of the best support heroes actually if you just want to go for kills, for example. So it's definitely not a shabby hero to have for you. But Arcanys going for an Ancient Apparition, so going towards more of a team fighty build by the looks of it. And I guess it might not be that bad of a decision. It depends on what they really partner up with the Ancient Apparition. If they go for too passive of a laning phase, it might just end up hurting them more than it would help otherwise in the team fights. But we'll see, of course, it's only the first 2 picks. Maybe Vengeance Gaming should look towards to something like banning out and Faceless Void, for example. Otherwise, Ravage into Chronosphere into Ice Blast. Who the hell can even survive that? And Vengeance Gaming, well, they are looking at a similar just fashion, banning out an Enigma. Definitely also a just ultimate that you wouldn't want to face, and not only the ultimate, just the Eidolons for the pushing. Even the Malphite just set up stuns for stuff or just trying to chase people down. It's not bad at all for those purposes. So Enigma, I kind of like that ban, because usually if you go for like too many big ultimates, sometimes you just cannot chain them together or are too reliant on them and you don't want to pop them since you know that if you've used the ultimates, you're going to be weak for that set period of time when the ultimates are cooling off. So they do tend to fail more often than you would think. But the last time I saw a Tidehunter, an Enigma and a Faceless Void being together, it was an absolute stomp. So kind of like the Enigma ban there, just for that reason mostly. But Medusa, the 4th ban by Arcanys, so they don't want to give any, or I guess the hardest late game carry to Vengeance. Also, a hero that, yes, Ice Blast is good against anybody, but the Mana Shield is just that great of an ability for the Medusa, so it would be rather hard for Arcanys to maybe even bring him down. And of course, Bloodlust would be helping out the Medusa dish out even more damage by the Ogre. Weaver though, the ban from Vengeance, so maybe after the Ogre they don't want to go for too much lockdown, or maybe they're just afraid of the Chilling Touch Geminate attack combination. Definitely a strong one. Arcanys could even run an aggressive tri-lane of sorts with Weaver, Ancient Depression +1 for example. But Vengeance now, do they go for maybe the Vengeful Spirit? Having the Bloodlust as well as the Vengeance Aura boosting up really any of your cores later on is going to be sick, but don't go for an Elder Titan instead. Not a bad choice either. Reduce the base armor, reduce the magical resistance or base magic resistance as well, and just go wreck face. That's all you have to do. Elder Titan is just that strong of a hero. Earth Splitter also does a pretty nice amount of damage, and if you can get your Astral Spirit through enough units, especially heroes, and just have it return to you, even the Elder Titan himself can just dish out quite a heavy amount of physical damage. But I would kind of hope that this Elder Titan is offlane in this case, just because Elder Titan Ogre Magi as supports, I'm not too sure how much they could accomplish just roaming. Maybe like Astral Spirit or Ignite into Astral Spirit into Echo Stomp to buy some more time, something along those lines. But Arcanys, are they gonna go for the secondary support? Are they gonna go for some more team fight? Maybe something like the Faceless Void like I mentioned earlier, maybe a Puck mid lane for example. Any of those would be fine, but whoa, going for an Io instead, okay then. That is a hero that you don't see that often these days. From certain teams, it's like first ban material against them. Like Team Secret for example, just playing the Io pretty much to perfection most of the time. But what's gonna be the partner for the Io? Is it gonna be just a casual Phantom Assassin, or is it going to be Tiny, maybe even a Gyrocopter? I'm not too sure. I mean, Faceless Void Io maybe wouldn't be the worst of combinations, but I'm not too sure how much I would like that. And we'll see. Gyrocopter definitely wouldn't be bad if you had a Faceless Void there as well. But it's going to be somewhat hard to actually lane that for you then. Or maybe not that hard. Have like Tidehunter offlane, Ancient Depression, and I guess Gyrocopter mid would kind of suck. I don't know. Yeah, that laning wouldn't be the greatest, especially now that the Zeus came out for Vengeance. So they have a lot of magical burst now, and the IO probably won't be able to survive that just period. It's going to be rather hard for them, oh man. Oh wow. I mean, the Zeus is just such a strong hero, and IO, even Ancient Depression as well, fairly squishy supports. So like a Lightning Bolt and Thunder Guard Draft is pretty much enough to get the kill already, you don't even need more spells. Of course you're gonna get an Arc Lightning in there anyway if you get the Lightning Bolt most likely, but Arcanys do go for the Gyrocopter now. I guess just Ravage into Cooldown is a decent enough combination already in itself. Plus, if he goes for Homing Missiles, that might be a pretty great addition as well, although usually, especially with the IO, you would want to max out Rocket Barrage just because you have the means to stay on target, and Rocket Barrage, pretty much most cost efficient and one of the highest damaging spells early on as well. If you can focus it all on one hero, that is. If it gets spread, then I mean, it still does a lot of damage, just not that much to the one target. But Phantom Assassin was the last ban by Vengeance. Spectre taken out by Arcanys themselves. So what will Vengeance's just core be now? Late game carry-ish kind of hero? If they want to go a little bit more aggressive, something like a Slark is still available, I guess. Or Let me think. Anti-Mage could be the pickup still for them, I think, as well, if they really want to take this to the later stages. Spell Shield would definitely be nice against just Gyrocopter's magical damage, Ancient Depression, Ice Blast even. So, Vengeance. 5 seconds remaining, and they go for a Rubik, so I guess this is like a Zeus mid lane, Razor, Ogre, Rubik tri lane, and Elder Titan off lane, or maybe Elder Titan safe lane with Razor, Ogre, Rubik going aggressive. They definitely could with the lineup that they have. IO not the greatest of heroes against just aggressive tri lanes or any kind of tri lanes usually. Invoker. And Arcanys going for an Invoker as their own last one. So that's going to be Heinrich mid lane Invoker for them. With most likely IO, Gyro, Ancient Depression safe lane. The one thing that Vengeance has to always be wary of though is that they are up against free range heroes, and although Gyrocopter doesn't have the greatest range, if you're buffed up by that... How can I forget the name? Chilling Touch? I think it is, Chilling Touch. You're just gonna do so much damage, it's not even funny. You can just focus down a Rubik, the easiest target most likely in that case. Ogre, fairly tanky, but Chilling Touch makes it a little bit easier for you to kill him just because it's magical damage. Ogre Magi really resistant to physical one, but magical, all just the same as anybody else, I guess. But guys, to introduce the lineups for this best of 3 series for the I-League Southeast Asian qualifiers round 3, it is going to be Vengeance Gaming on the Radiant side with Yondai Me, which means 4th Hokage, unless I'm mistaken, on the Zeus, with Ilan, how many? Playing the Elder Titan, Play Hard on the Rubik, Chaco playing the Razor, and the last one will be Algorithm on the Ogre Magi. As for Arcanys, Bok playing the Tidehunter, leaving Boombacks on the IO, with Fright Butterflies playing the Ancient Depression, Heinrich on the Invoker might even head safe lane by the looks of it, leaving Mighty Savior to play the Gyrocopter. But we have a 5-man smoke from VGG. They're gonna find Fright Butterflies. Oh god, no, Telekinesis, if it lands, it's gonna be so screwed, but they can't catch up quite yet. Heinrich can't of course help out with anything since an Invoker. Oh my god, they came so close to just losing the first blood. Like, so close. Had Play Hard had boost of speed, would have been easy kill. Ancient Depression having 5 more movement speed is what pretty much got him away there. I really thought that Telekinesis will land. I was almost certain he's in range, but must have been just out of it. So Arcanys, kind of dodge a bullet there. Definitely don't want to give Zeus a good start, for example. Yondai Me, man, what a name. Let's get a bounty rune, so more gold, faster bottle for the Zeus. And he's gonna get it fast enough, although he has skilled up Lightning Bolt. Usually you go for Arc Lighting to just farm up the early creep waves. But, well, I guess if you use Lightning Bolt for that, it's gonna be just fine. He did see the support coming in and place it down, I guess. Another Lightning Bolt, and they are gonna deward it unless they miss completely. Nope, Yondai Me gets another 50 gold. He's going to be up against a dual lane, so it's going to be a little bit hard, but if the Rubik is there to help him, it might just be fine. And since they denied the vision as well, means that Arcanys, they're not going to have Ruin Vision, which they probably would want to have 100%, especially if Boombacks goes for the bottle as well early on Yaya, which he is completely rushing at the moment. No support items, no nothing first. So that deny actually hurts them quite a lot. Mid lane, you see Mighty Savior has skilled up the homing missile already. So they want to make the Zeus's life a living hell. And of course, if the homing missile lands, and if you can follow up with the rocket barrage, that should most likely be the death. But Zeus, especially once he gets at level 2, gets it pointed to Arc Lightning, he can just farm from a relatively safe distance. So I'm not too sure how successful this lane will actually be. I mean, probably it's going to slow down the Zeus, but it's not going to shut him down completely, I think. Unless the Zeus kind of overplays or gets outplayed. Or I think he has to misplay more than him getting outplayed. In a sense that Arcanys do just something exceptional. Just because Zeus, if he stays on his own high ground, he should almost always be fine. Unless like +1 hero rotates in. Looking at the other lanes to Heinrich, level 2 on the Invoker at the moment. Hasn't given away his just skill decision here, whether it's going to be Exort or Vex. As look at this Bok, man fighting Algorithm, or is it the other way around? I guess Ogre might be a little bit weaker, although with 6 base armor, you're still up against level 1 Kraken Shell, and of course Anchor Smash reducing your base damage as well. But now, double damage picked up by Bok, Telekinesis up, not gonna get thrown to the high ground for some reason. I guess he would have been able to eat his way through, but They are going for it anyway. Ignite does end now, so without the Ignite they cannot go for it. Boombacks gonna come in and help as well. He has one ball charge, not gonna share it though. The healing salve on Bok will be enough for now. But mid lane, 7 and 1 on Zeus compared to Gyrocopters, 11 and 5. So it's not that big of a difference at all. I mean, considering you're up against 2 heroes, Zeus is doing fairly fine for himself. And just to make things a little bit easier for him, he has gone for the Arc Lightning even. So the Arc Lightning actually will be able to harass just while getting the last hits. And it's definitely an unconventional build, and it might hurt him a little bit in the long run as far as just burst kill potential goes. Just because you do have that 1 point into Arc Lightning, but I'm gonna go into the jungle now, stack that up once as well. Do not let the courier die at least, not gonna happen. So 0-0, 3 minutes in. Razor farming up 15 and 11 compared to 15 and 9 safe lane Evoker, so it's fairly even that way. Mid lane though, 16 and 8 now on the Gyrocopter, pulling slightly ahead as they gain more and more levels. I mean, homing missile gets more points into it, it's harder to deal with. Flak Cannon as well, slowly but surely harasses Yondaime. But at this point at least, they do not want to dive this quite yet. Although Gyrocopter, sitting at 6 armor, has a filled up Magic Stick as well. And Magic Stick even going to come out for Boombacks. And since Zeus is spamming the Arc Lightning all so much, it's probably one of the best items to go for, the Magic Stick. And with the Magic Stick, you should feel a little bit safer if you're actually wanting to dive the tower as well. At least, unless the IO starts tanking up the tower, because with 0 base armor, it's gonna be just horrible for you, absolutely awful. But Yondaime, homing missile on him just to make sure that he does not contest the rune for Boombacks. And I do believe it's still a level 2 homing missile. Yes, so that's the what? 250 damage? 250 damage. At least if it gets the max damage out of this. But looking at the Elder Titan offlane, level 4 already, has his Soul Ring finished. Fright Butterflies, has to be careful at all times, just because the right clicks do hurt that much. I mean, 2 points into that natural order as well. Looking at the counterpart of Bok on the Tidehunter, almost level 3.5. So Elder Titan having a better time, but of course he's up against a dual lane, whereas Bok up against a tri-lane. So being up against this kind of a tri-lane, I think is doing rather well for himself. And with the dual lanes that Arcanys are running, the mid dual lane, it makes it a little bit harder for Vengeance Gaming to actually go and gank the mid lane as well. But Playhard will find himself the boots now finally on the Rubik. And oh, I missed first blood completely. Ancient Apparition getting the kill for it. Chilling Touch level 2 use, but Heinrich got the Cold Snap, most likely the Sunstrike connected as well. I always look away at the wrong times. Now Tidehunter though, he's gonna get slowed down, telekinesed up as well. They don't have enough mana for an Ignite anymore. But the Static Link comes out, the body block has to continue. But Bok is gonna be fast enough, it sure looks like it. What, he even wants to turn around, just goes in for an Anchor Smash. That was a huge mistake, and with the Plasma Field. Oh my god, are you kidding me? 20 HP, level 1 Plasma Field. That one early pointed non-stable current might have just lost them the kill. Although, if the Tidehunter had died, I would have completely said that it was his own fault. He turned around, giving away more Static Link damage, and just getting hit by a few extra right clicks because of that, and then the Anchor Smash didn't even connect by him. So he almost made that mistake himself. But Chaco, he didn't die at least, although they took a lot of harassment just from the building, or the tower rather. But that's still Hand of Midas finished on Chaco now, 6 minutes in on the Razor. Definitely a pretty fast one. And Razor, he kind of has to be the late game carry, although that hero, usually not the greatest at it, but if you get like Arcanys, Refresher Orb, and you're actually ahead, you can do great things with it. But so far Arcanys also farming fairly well for themselves, Invoker. He's gonna go for the Hand of Midas of his own by the looks of it at this point. Exort Invoker is really common item build, just like Midas into Necrobook, something along those lines. And Arcanys, once they get to level 6 on IO, they definitely want to start with the aggression. Just Homing Missile actually is a pretty good setup for a Sunstrike as well. If it's level 3 already, the stun duration 2.6 seconds. I mean, it's plenty for the Invoker to just land his Sunstrike there. And until they get 4 staffs or something on the side of VGG, they can't really do anything about those stun Sunstrikes either. No disruption, no nothing, no Astral Imprisonment, anything along those lines. So, 7 minutes in, looking at the net worths. The Gyrocopter is number 1, Razor closely at his heels. But the Zeus, even he isn't doing all that bad, 22 last hits. Now the supports are coming into mid lane, play hard as well as algorithm. Can they even do anything at all as Homing Missile is chasing the Boombox? He wants to go for the aggression. Sunstrike used a little bit too early and it probably would not have been enough anyway. Yes, it would not. They needed like another 100 damage, but Zeus, he was fast enough in backing out at that time already. Now though, Fright Butterflies gonna try to soak up some XP from the mid lane. Takes quite some harassment of course from the Arc Lightning. But Mighty Savior, together with Boombox, gonna farm up the jungle. They even used the cooldown for this, but I guess if you farm up like a triple stack, it's completely worth it. Rocket Barrage only level 1 as well, so not doing that great amount of damage. Especially if the skeletons are soaking up some of it, but they will get the gold anyway. And they're distributing their farm just because Ninja Operation is in the mid lane at the same time. So it's perfectly fine if it takes them a little bit longer, but was a rather fast one nonetheless. And that is almost the Yasha finished all of a sudden for the Gyrocopter. Top lane, oh god, there's the Fire Blast onto Heinrich. They get the Astral Spirit there as well. Earth Splitter to follow, not entirely necessary, but a kill is a kill. Just a rather easy one as well. Invoker, nothing he could have done. At least he had that one use of the Hand of Midas before his death. So it's not like he got that Midas and then had to escape, or not escape, but die immediately. Tidehunter though, he's gonna lose his life bottom lane. He got way too deep there. Or what? No, it's not the Tidehunter, it was the Razor dying. I got so damn confused. The Zeus finds himself Fright Butterflies with a haste rune. Thunder God's Wrath used. No escape from that, of course. And I have to stop distracting myself, or keep getting distracted. But they actually get the kill. I was like, what? Io is around? No, that's the wrong team. So yeah, Tidehunter and Io, they get the kill on Razor. And that was without the Ravage. That is a pretty damn good feat to accomplish, to be honest. And Razor, he is going for the mech by the looks of it. I guess there's a slight chance that it's gonna be a pipe as well, but I'm almost certain that it's gonna be a mech. But Ancient Operation level 5.5 since he has been in the mid lane. Yes, he died once, but he's a support. It's not all that horrible for him, to be honest. So once he gets at level 6, once they have the Ice Blast, the mech just might not do anything at all for you. And since Razor got the Midas going for the mech, I just think that maybe there would have been better items for him to go for, since he really needs to be the hard carry rather than the utility. Although then again, it depends on what kind of game they want to play. If they want to play the aggressive game and just kind of take control in the mid game with a Zeus just having all the magic burst. Although so far 2 points into Lightning Bolt, 3 points into Arc Lightning instead. I mean, Arc Lightning is nice if you're like up against 5 and you can spam it constantly. You're also getting lots of static field procs from that. But I guess he's gonna get the Lightning Bolt maxed out soon-ish anyway. Boombox and Mighty Savior though, they're gonna relocate in the bottom lane once again. Cooldown even used. Bok barely survives with the Ravage being used. Astral Spirit will try to chase them through, but play hard. He's gonna lose his life. So another kill onto Razor. They get one in addition as well. Astral Spirit not able to chase down the Tidehunter. He was fast enough in his retreat there. And now they're gonna even the ward. They have a sentry down. They're gonna see the Observer ward. They don't know there's a counter sentry there though. They should find it out soon enough though. Yeah, come on, they see it, right? They see it? Yeah, they do. Now they do if they didn't it before. Zeus finishes up his Arcane Boost at the same time. But the Gyrocopter as well as the Invoker farming up fairly well for themselves. Invoker, of course, almost just completely uninterrupted farm. Did die once, so that was the only interruption he has had thus far. Has the double Forge Spirits now as well. So lots of tower pushing even coming out from the Invoker as it is. And we'll see what his next item choice will be. Whether he's going to leave the boots of speed as they are, maybe go for immediate boost of travels. Maybe go for the Necrobook instead. Mid lane though, we might have a smoke if they have it. Never mind, no smoke. Just hanging about. Fright Butterflies has the Ice Blast as well, so they want to probably jump somebody. With the Homing Missile coming out first onto Yondaime, but play hard is there. Ogre Magic coming in from behind. Mighty Savior, not the greatest time to die, but the Regeneration Rune keeps them alive. Ice Blast to follow. Sunstrike will be off target, or will it? Yes, it will. Just slightly so, but they're going to chase down Yondaime anyway. Pops the Thunder God's Wrath, gets the kill on Io before he dies himself. So it's a 1-for-1, and Mighty Savior, why did you run back into free exactly? Why did you not keep running this way or that way? That was literally the worst decision, going back to the low ground from the stairs, running into free. I have no idea. So in the end, that dive was so costly for them. Gyrocopter, he was the #1 farmer before this, I believe. Maybe the Invoker was still ahead of him before as well, but now with the tower last hit, for Invoker. Gets even more gold, but man, just the Sunstrike not connecting or not landing on the homing missile target. That was a kind of a mistake. Of course, the Sunstrike was a little bit too late as well there. Ice Blast did connect, and oh, Bok now has to be careful. The relocate is coming in. Algorithm is going to be so screwed. They're going for the illusion first. Homing missile is kind of wasted with that. Ice Blast does connect onto Algorithm. Sunstrike once again misses, but it's fine for them. They get the desired effect anyway. Now relocate back. Gonna regen up in the base if need be. Bok though, he has gone for 2 points into Gush and 2 points into Kraken Shell only. So going for a rather aggressive build himself. Does have the 1 ring of regen for some health regeneration at least, but at least he has the Ravage now, plus only about 400 gold away from getting his Blink Dagger as well. So once he gets the Blink Ravage, fighting will be even easier for them. Just Blink Ravage, have the relocate follow up. Or start the relocate a tad earlier, then Blink Ravage, just to make sure that they are still stunned once the relocate arrives. And VGG, they don't have any just heroes with escape mechanisms. Sometimes when you see a relocate, you're like, oh, I'm gonna blink out or something, but there are no blink daggers, there's no just built-in blink abilities on anybody. All they can rely on just running away so far. Maybe a couple of 4-staffs in later on in the game mid lane though. Never mind, Mighty Savior playing it rather safe on the Gyrocopter. But the smoke is still there for 3 heroes, Play Hard, Yondaime and Algorithm. Looking at the early graphs as well, it's about a 5k network lead, 4k XP for Arcanys, so they're at a pretty comfortable lead, but they're gonna lose Mighty Savior. Oh man, he's gonna be so screwed. Or is he? No! He scouts them out, they run the wrong direction, nighttime vision. They do sentry out the big camp, so it's not gonna be stacked anymore, but they failed the kill. They did lose quite a lot of time at that as well. But Arcanys now, since they are smoked up themselves, it doesn't matter all that much, just because, you know, both teams aren't farming that great. Hand of Midas now finished on the Elder Titan as well. It's a common-ish item build for some Elder Titans at least. Just go for the first Soul Ring like boots, then into Hand of Midas, and it's not a bad choice. Especially if they have a Hand of Midas and Chaco anyway, and it's not going all that great for them as it is so far. Another homing missile will not even connect. Maybe the range strike clicks will be enough with the help of the tower to bring it down. But it's not that big of a deal. I mean, Mighty Savior has plenty of mana. At least with the IO backing him up. Yule Scepter actually down for Heinrich, so I guess he wants to just start setting up his own Sunstrike, Chaos Meteor, Deafening Blast combinations. But 6-4, the kill score. Arcanys not looking too shabby at all, and they have the relocate at the ready if they want to use it. Play Hard should be an easy target, although Algorithm comes in as well, but kind of 2 supports do enough. Heinrich, he's in some trouble. Telekinesis up, Fire Blasted as well, but the Ice Blast is flying in return. Heinrich gonna turn it around. Chaos Meteor, Sunstrike as well. It's not enough so far, but there's the relocate coming in from behind. Elan comes in, they get Heinrich. Earth Splitter will not get dodged. Boombacks, he stood in it. Of course, otherwise he would have had to run into Chaco. There's the cooldown just to slow people down, and with the homing missile and the rocket barrage and the gush to Elan, they get the kill. Now Blink Ravage onto Chaco as well. Anchor Smash will follow shortly, and they will have enough with the rocket barrage to bring him down. So in the end, it's still a 4-for-2 trade, and that's just the power of a relocate. Unfortunate that Puck wasn't there immediately, could have been even cleaner for them, but a 4-for-2 trade, they will take that any day, like any time, any day. I guess maybe if you like get 4 support kills in a sense that they die, they're so low leveled, respawn, come back and die again, and you lose 2 like super farm cores, then the numbers actually might go in the favor of VGG. But Yondaime comes in, Lightning Bolt, does he have the ultimate? Thunder Guards have no, it's on cooldown, but with the haste sword, should be able to chase him down. Fire Butterflies, just stays this as a casualty. Oh god, Yondaime does not get hit by the Sunstruck, otherwise probably would have even been the Shatter. Ice Blast got stolen, oh, you don't see that every day. But Play Hard has the Ice Blast now. That's gonna be a value pickup for them, because Telekinesis into Fire Blast into Ice Blast might already be enough to kill some of the heroes. Yayo for sure, especially if the Thunder Gas Wrath should follow. In the meantime, Mighty Savior farming up the Ancients, trying to get his BKB finished. And with the Dragon and the Thunderhide, yes, the Ancient Thunderhide, they might even get it. But VGG in the meantime trying to push down a tier 1 tower. They don't have the greatest push, and that's probably one of their biggest weaknesses as well. At least Elder Titan has Natural Order and Astral Spirit both maxed out, so Damage wise, Elder Titan is as good as his almost ever be, at least. I mean, spell damage wise and utility with his spells. But of course, still has lots of items to go for. At the moment, looks like it's gonna be that 4 staff maybe for him. Something like an AC might be coming out later on with Chaco going for Aghanim Scepter Refresher, for example. Yondai Meadow going for a Bloodstone. Has the Arcane Boots, of course, that he can disassemble as well. So doesn't need all that much gold, almost even has it done. And it's not that bad of a timing. I just hope he's not gonna have to regret that decision and start losing them immediately. But Chaco, he's in some trouble. Relocate gonna come in as well. Easy kills. Boombax's spirits finish him up. Ice Blast will not even be necessary for this. Mid lane now, they want to go for Fried Butterflies. Ice Blast is flying with the Ignite as well. Fried Butterflies tried to dodge it, couldn't quite get it, but even with the Ignite, he's gonna stay alive, I think. Playhard gets hit by a homing missile in the meantime. And Heinrich just keeps on pushing out. What does he have flying out for himself? It's gonna be Boots of Travels. So he's pretty farmed, but doesn't have the items with like the greatest impact quite yet. I mean, Eul Scepter into Sunstrike, Chaos Meteor definitely is nice to have. But can he set it up properly? And oh, Radiant Courier comes out, or I think it didn't see the Radiant Courier. Now he's on the run. With Boots of Travels, even an Exort Invoker can be extremely fast as well. I don't know where he even found the kill, but I guess random Sunstrike snipe. But Bloodstone finished on Yondai Man now. And this will really be just a matter of whether we're going to lose the Bloodstone immediately. Oh, but another Ice Blast. Mighty Savior, he's so dead. Oh my freaking god. Thunder God's Wrath only used. Fried Butterflies does stay alive at least. Barely, but he stays alive. Ice Blast will be returned to onto Yondaime. Sunstrike will be oh so slightly off target. It was actually pretty nicely done, even he knew the stun would not last long enough for that. Had the Sunstrike landed, it would have done 375 pure damage. 412 and 5. Okay. But not to be, so Yondaime does escape, doesn't lose the Bloodstone charges immediately. Even gained one of course from the Gyrocopter kill, but that Ice Blast steal from the Rubik has been so annoying thus far. Now it has expired, so oh, Fried Butterflies, no, don't run into that. And he's not going to steal anything. Oh, he is, gets the Chilling Touch in the end. So not that big of a ability to steal, although with the Telekinesis and Fire Blast, you might even have it proc, so it's level 2 as well. Not that bad of a stun, I guess, if it does activate level or 2-second stun. So 9 to 12 now, Arcanys. They haven't gone for any other big fights so far. They have a 4 staff now even on box. 7.5k net worth ahead, XP about 5.5 as well. Slightly dip down in XP, but Bok, does he want to go in? Do they have the relocate? Yes, they do. But it would be up against 5 heroes, so you would want to have everybody of you there. And since Boombax and Mighty Savior, they are so close, the other two can't get the race. But oh, Blink Ravage catches 4 anyway. Anchor Smash to follow cooldown with the Ice Blast as well. They are taking a lot of damage themselves from the Zeus, but they get the kill. The Zeus heals Ilan a little bit with the Bloodstone and he dies. But Mighty Savior wants to keep on going to BKB, kept him healthy through all of it. Now, the Sunstrike into Algorithm. He's gonna stun up Heinrich, gets the multicast as well, Fate Bolt. They get the counter kills. Yondaime, he fought back for this, or maybe the Bloodstone was just that great of a respawn time, and Mighty Savior, oh god, he just barely TPs out before Telekinesis or anything else. So in the end, it was a 4 for 2 with a buyback on the Rubik. So still favoring Arcanys. XP wise, you can see, not by a hell of a lot. Just because probably Invoker was pretty damn farmed level wise. Level 15 as well with the Hand of Midas ticking all the time. But still a win for VGG. Gonna set back a Blink or 4-step possibility for Rubik for quite some time. So the fight was actually a lot better than I maybe anticipated earlier on. Heinrich dying there though, a little bit of a shame. Now is he going for... Is it a Lincoln Sphere with this Void Stone, or is it a Sheep? I would like Sheep more most likely, but... Lincolns, it's just Lightning Bolt, Dark Lightning, no, I think it's probably going to be that Hex instead. Although, I would really like to see them just going for BKBs like Mighty Savior has. Once you have a BKB, what is there to be afraid of? Not a hell of a lot. As Algorithm might find Boombax, will get the stun, no multicast to ignite to follow. He gets the tether, but it's not far enough, and BKB might deceive her. Is he gonna go down anyway? He's 1 against 4 for the time being. No Ravage on Bok either. Gets thrown up in the air by Yule Scepter. Yondaime gets another kill. He's racking up those blast on charges once again. Bok on the run, but will not be taken out. Heinrich, Chaos Meteor. Oh, he gets pulled back, and he goes down. Arcanys, they are making just slight mistakes every now and then, here and there. And I, of course, just couldn't do anything against the power of Zeus. They really need BKBs or a pipe, which Tidehunter, I guess, is still going for a straight off refresher orb. I mean, double Ravage is great, but you need some kind of resistance, man. You need BKBs on more heroes or a pipe on your team. It's just ridiculous how much Zeus can accomplish at this point, and up to another 3.6k gold now. That's gonna be most likely, I would think, an Arcanys scepter for him soon enough. So once he gets that Arcanys as well, it's gonna be even harder for Arcanys to actually stay in the fight, especially Yayo. He does have the mech at least, but is it gonna be enough? And now looking at the graphs, about a 3k XP lead, which used to be almost 7.5. Net worth used to be about 8-9,000, now almost dropped down to 5. So VGG, they are trying to find their fights. At least the Razor still isn't all that farmed, considering he was the first one to get a Midas in this game. Gyrocopter though, he hasn't died for quite some time, up to 2200 gold now, has the Helm of the Dominator as well. They are going for Roshan, but there's the Thunder Grasp scouting things out. But can they still fight this? Astral Spirit will come through with maybe the Earth Splitter, which is still on cooldown for 15 seconds. What a shame that is. But Echo Stomp will try to buy some time. And Roshan, it's not that fast, but since they don't have minus armor. Gush into Algorithm, Ice Wall down as well. Come on, they have to get this Roshan down soon. There's another Astral Spirit coming through, another Echo Stomp most likely to be channeled. And that's exactly what happens. Boombax wants to go for a rune, gets it as well. Gets some more regen. There's the Blink Rage, catches free. Will it get stolen? Yes, play hard. He wants to get the perfect position, but it's into the BKB Hydra. Still on the edge, did connect onto him as well. But the cooldown will land on the play hard. He is as dead as can be on the Rubik. Maybe he can deny himself. No, no such chance. Echo Stomp will stop Pok and Mighty Saber from following up. Now the mech as well. Keeps them all healthy, but they are far enough by now. BKB finished. Whoa, a BKB finished on Zeus. I guess there's a pretty nice amount of magical damage from Arcanys as well. And their own physical damage isn't quite that scary yet, although it's still pretty nice, as Heinrich has picked up the Ogre Club now. So going for the BKB after all. But that was a good fight, of course. Great Ravage as well, and although it got stolen, the closest target, Gyrocopter, had a BKB activated. Now though, Yule Scepter onto the IO. Should be an easy kill unless he gets the tether out. Sun Strikes to follow, check out, does dodge out of it. So he's gonna survive. They only get an IO. Plus the tower gets to live another day. Algorithm was trying to chase down Fried Butterflies, not to happen though. Heinrich split pushing in the meantime. Just using the Alacrity even on himself. And he's maybe gonna get it down. Oh, the Yule Scepter is there. Yes, the tower goes down. And Yule Scepter onto the Elder Titan in return, just to make sure the Echo Stomp does not come out. So 15 to 20 now the kill score. Looking at the graphs again, I guess Arcanys with the last engagement and Roshan, they got back all that they lost. Another 800 net worth lead. XP nearing 7.5k as well. Bok though, he's going for a pipe after all with the Ring of Health. Just a casual Sage's Mask for now. Can be turned into that Oblivion Staff into Refresher Orb later. So that's his headrest finish. Needs only the recipes work now. Fried Butterflies did not die to Thundergust Raft because it was still level 1 and no Aghanim's buff. But Yondaime, 10 Bloodstone charges. So far the Bloodstone has been a rather worthy investment, I guess. Gives you lots of mana regen. Now with the Haste Rune popped, are they gonna find anything? Bok, he's around, but there's no Ravage. Heinrich is there as well. Maybe if they... well, I guess they can just almost 5-on-5 fight with a long range Ice Blast into Relocate. And sorry guys, morning time, lots of yawning going on by me. Gyrocopter is up to another 4.4k gold. If he wants to, can finish up the Manta style. If not, just go for like a damaging item, a Monkey King Bar for example. Like a Monkey King Bar, I guess there's a chance that you might want to finish up the Satanic as well. Just to get some life back if you do drop low enough. Homing Missile onto Yondaime though. He's most likely going to be fine, especially since he has the BKB, but doesn't want to use the BKB for it, so just keeps on running as far as he possibly can. Homing Missile does get destroyed just before it reaches the hero as well. BKB finally gonna finish on Chaco now. So they're gonna have the BKBs to work with. Heinrich finds himself a kill onto Algorithm solo. Use Scepter, Chaos Meteor, Deafening Blast, Sunstrike combination. But Echo Stomp mid lane doesn't do much of anything apart from damage to creep. Yondaime might be in trouble now if they get the slows on him. Blink, Ravage, oh, completely into the BKB. He's still alive. But can they still do something? Can they do enough with the BKB? He wants to turn it around to Boombacks. Another Arc Lighting. Boombacks does survive with the bottle charges in between. Now, Force Spears come into Yondaime as well. BKB finished on Heinrich. Call down will land only on to play hard. But it's going to be enough to get at least the Rubik kill for now. Or is it Tornado? Comes into the Zeus. He's still alive. Fuck, he's going to go down. There's no assistance fast enough. Jacko pops his own BKB. And now Sunstrike will land on play hard. He gets the kill. But can they keep on fighting with the Aegis popped from Mighty Savior? Maybe they can turn things around. Relocate out solo for Boombacks. Might have wanted to bring somebody with him. Bok now. He's on the run still. He's going to go down to the Ignite and the tower. So they get the kill on Tidehunter. And they only kill off a Rubik. They lose Ravage. That of course was a really nice PKB from the Zeus. Like really great. So he does survive. But now Algorithm might be in some trouble. Cold Snap is there. 4 spirits to follow. So nothing else is happening. Nothing much at least. Now though, looks like even Boombacks is trying to build for a BKB on Yaya. I mean, really everybody needs BKBs on them if you can afford it. Butterfly will be the choice for Mighty Savior. I guess he wants to dodge the right clicks, even maybe of an Elder Titan. As Elder Titan also gonna go for a BKB. So as they get 3 BKBs, the effectiveness of Tidehunter will diminish of course, but once he gets his pipe, they can also stand in the fight a little bit longer themselves. So Butterfly finished now on Mighty Savior, attacking fast, attacking rather hard as well. 258 damage per right click. As well, they are trying to do something with the Ancients, don't know what exactly. So 16 to 22 net worth wise, almost a 10k net worth lead for Arcanys. XP 7.5k. Jacko does get homing missile up now. They're probably not gonna follow up since they don't have a Ravage. Jacko will get stunned, but well, as to be expected, no follow up. Play hard even wants to come in. If only he had the blink, like blink telekinesis onto the IO, means easy follow ups by the Zeus. Maybe Ogre Maicha gets close enough there as well. But both side supports are fairly poor. IO doing the best of them all. But Ogre Maicha not being anywhere close to an Aghanim Scepter. Rubik not having any mobility items, it kind of hurts them. But Heinrich still playing the split pushing game, and he has the BKB now at least. Might be going for that Hex with the Void Stone now. And we have a pause for some reason as wait is called out. Always the best reason. Wait! No guys, wait! Not too valid of a reason to be honest, but at least it's a reason, I guess. Do not guys click on Twitch links, by the way. Do not click on them. I advise you not to do so. Especially if it's like, oh, some Pudge minigame or whatnot. It's epic scams all around. If it's the mods linking something, then usually it's fine. Since, well, most mods are just our casters. But now Mighty Savior, he's gonna be so screwed unless he BKBs now. BKB. Not gonna go for it, he's just going for the runaway. Might even succeed with Boombacks helping him out. Mighty Savior, there's the BKB. He's gonna turn it around. Cooldown will completely miss. Earth Splitter will drag him back a little bit and slow him down. Heinrich from the sidelines gets the Chaos Meteor, but he's in trouble. Pops the BKB a little bit too late. The physical damage might be enough. Ilando, he doesn't have enough movement speed, but Jacko will find him anyway. 224 damage stolen, of course, so that was a weird choice. I think he could have just like BKB TP'd out immediately, for example. The Gyrocopter of the day. So they traded an Ogre for an Invoker at the moment. Of course, BKB charge is used by the Gyrocopter as well as the Invoker both. Then again, you got some BKB charges out of VGG as well. So I mean, it's not that horrible, but relocate now, want to play hard. They're gonna go for the kill. They might even succeed unless, oh god, the damage, the turnaround. Ice Blast will fly onto Elan. They need some slows to call down his stairs for Elan. Oh my god, the Scepter saves him for now, but is he gonna go down? Yes, he is. So double kill, and straight after that, they relocate back out. Mighty Savior godlike on the Gyrocopter. So in the end, I guess with that kind of trade, just finishing things up, it is still rather worth it for Arcanys. It was all an elaborate bait, just semi-losing the Radiant jungle fight, and now just going for the relocate like that. So tower is under siege. Algorithm will come in with the ignite to slow down Mighty Savior. He's so mighty, so very mighty. Heinrich though will come in, eat the hand of Midas. Now Blink picked up on Zeus. Pipe activated on Bok already. I guess they want to tier 2 and probably back off. Otherwise the pipe will just expire, and if they go high ground, they're probably gonna get screwed. But yeah, Tidehunter is gonna go for the Oblivion Staff into Refresher next. Not gonna be the fastest of ones, but anytime you get it, it will be fine. And in a sense, it's even better if you get it slightly later, just because the BKBs will be closer to the 5-second duration. So one Ravage might just go amiss, but the second one will be coming out, at least if you have the patience to do so. The second one will come when the 5-second BKBs have already expired. But Elder Titan, I guess with the Hand of Midas, it has helped him get the Eul Scepter as well as the BKB, but still doesn't have the greatest amount of farm, I guess. And oh, Radiant Courier got sniped. What was on it? It was a point booster for Jacko, so that was the Aghanim Scepter in the making for Razor. It's gonna be delayed. He still needs like 1000 gold anyway for it, I believe. It's nothing in the stash or anything, so he's gonna have the time to farm it up at least, so it's not that big of a deal, I think. As Heinrich, wow. Okay, with this ward, they just random Sunstrike. Random Sunstrike. Yondai Meta will counter ward, or he tried to counter ward at the very least. They know there's an observer ward there, but he doesn't want to stay there for too long because they have no vision. Just look at them. Radiant, it's the only ward they have. The only one they have. Now they have the second one on this hill as well. They're gonna go in, try to just counter it. But they need more lightning bolts, more right clicks. What? It's still alive! They're afraid of the relocate gang coming in most likely, and if the relocate... Oh, the Sunstrike will miss just because Yondai blinks to the low ground. Ice Blast came out as well. So, with good reason, they were a little bit afraid. But in the meantime, Mighty Savior finishes up a Monkey King bar. Roshan gonna respawn in about 10 seconds as well. If they go in and wait for a little bit, if they're patient enough, they're just gonna get another Aegis. Thundergust Wrath came out, so it's even easier for you to go for Roshan now. Although he went in and he saw it's not up. Oh my god. The timing's a little bit just unfortunate. A shame for Arcanys there. But Roshan is up now. Maybe Fright Butterflies will go have a look as well. Ice Vortex up. So this Roshan should be theirs for the taking with the Thundergust Wrath on cooldown. It is a lot of damage, of course. No Aghanim buff, but a lot of damage nonetheless. Plus, of course, just the vision, the guarantee that Roshan, yes, it is going on, so you can just pop the Elder Titan Nerve Splitter there immediately, for example. Now though, Hex finished up on Heinrich, so Invoker extremely farmed in this game, or has been throughout the entire game pretty much. Gyrocopter even more so, of course. He is stacked. He is close to being 6-slotted soon enough. So if they get this Ocean, if they win like another fight and get the building, it's gonna be... Whoa, Bog might be in trouble. Pipe back there, he pops the Ravage as well. Do we have a relocate? Yes, we do. Cooldown coming out. It's gonna slow down absolutely nobody for the time being. Algorithm though, he runs into it. Earth Splitter, oh god, the Bloodstone. It died so much healing, but it's already a triple kill for them. Boomback's gonna get stunned up and most likely lose his life. As Jacko, well, he's gonna die in return. Double kill for Heinrich, triple for Mighty Savior. Man, the Bloodstone heal was pretty damn sick. But in the end, the damage output of just pretty much the Gyrocopter was way too much for them to handle. Full Flak Cannon into their faces. Fuck. He even stayed alive just because the turnaround was so great from them. And that's gonna be a tier 2. And well, Gyrocopter, he didn't get like the craziest amount of gold just because there's no killing sprees or anything on VGG. No massive heroes to get the bounties from. But they're going for a tier 3 now. There are some buybacks on VGG, but they are withholding them. Zeus is around the solo, but there's only so much a solo Zeus can do. So that's going to be the first Rax advantage for Arcanys now. And yeah, they can even go for 2 if they want to, I think. The 4 spirits, they have really everything. They have the Aegis. They might back off and, well, they're just going to relocate top lane. They want to defend their own tower. And I hadn't even checked this before just because there has been a fair amount of action going on. But VGG, they have only managed to bring down this tier 1. Arcanys is done now on Razor at least, but that means no buyback once again, and they get the jump. Ayo, he goes down first, but Yondame pops his BKB just in time. Mighty Savior trying to chase down Elan, who gets slowed down, but he gets far enough in time. Now Mighty Savior, he even might lose his Aegis here, dropping so low without the BKB Sunstrike. What? I guess maybe I heard wrong. Bok, he's still alive, but Checo will have enough movement speed if he wants to go for it. Cold Feet will not proc, as Fright Butterflies will be the target of focus instead. He does die here, but in the back lines, Algorithm in the Ice Fall, Cold Snap of Soul, Mighty Savior, he has plenty of damage. Hex up onto Elan. Earth Splitter doesn't do anything at all, but Blink on Rubik now. Tornado onto Elan. Nothing gonna follow up. So they do defend, they get the 3 kills, they get the Aegis and the 2 supports. But they lose Zeus once again, so he's down to 6 Bloodstone charges. He used to have like 12 or more at one point. But Bok, does he have any other items? A Refresher of Recipe as well as a Void Stone. So just needs the Ring of Health, which means he's about 570 gold away. So it's not looking bad at all for Arcanys. 1 Rax advantage. They're having their next set of items coming out as well. And Evoker, is he going for a 4-step now for more mobility? I would think so. There's a chance that it's a Dagon as well, I guess. Or, whoa, never mind, it's an Aghanim Scepter instead. So, wants to spam out all of his abilities once the BKBs wear off. Crystallis into Daedalus will be done on Gyrocopter now as well. So, he just replaced the Yasha. He's like, screw the Yasha. I don't need Manta Style, I don't need movement speed. I have my Io backing me up. And Io, he's gonna have his BKB in only 100 gold from now. So... it's looking pretty good. Arcanys, I mean, it's their game to throw, and VGG, they have to do something spectacular, and that's just the problem with Razor. Even with the Hand of Midas, is not the fastest farmer if you actually cannot get the buildings, the objectives, or the kills. And well, as I mentioned earlier, they have destroyed only this one tier 1 tower here, so it just means that they're not getting anything done. I mean, there's just, let's say, around 5,000 net worth with the outer towers lying on the ground. But even with that 5k... oh, the Hex onto Yondame, no BKB, Chaos Meteor, Deafening Blast. Will the physical damage be enough? No, it will not. He needed the Force Spirit as well, although he might still be able to chase down Yondame. One more right click, he gets away, the Sunstrike comes out. It barely misses the BKB, just in 100. Pops his own BKB, he's on the run now, might just be fast enough. Ice Wall down to buy some time. Earth Splitter will slow Heinrich. Sunstrike stolen and into Heinrich, he's sitting on 30 HP, are you kidding me right now? The Tornado buys even more time. The Ice Wall completely just wrecked them, but the Sunstrike stolen almost got the kill. That would have been so hilarious, to be honest. But 30 HP, man. Rubik, just no luck this time around. No luck, no go. But Bok has his Refresher Orb now. Gyrocopter doing way too much damage. 410 per pop, or 420 even, mind my math. Plus, of course, he crits as well. He blinks in, immediate blink out by Play Hard. Still has the Sunstrike available to him. Tornado will land onto Checo and the Ogre as well. Doing some damage, but it's more like harassing and being annoying more than just damaging with the Tornado. The Pipe gets activated now, though. I guess they want to push high ground. They don't have the Aegis anymore, though, so that means they have to play a little bit more carefully. Echo Stomp comes out. There's the Blink Ravage, so will catch free. Second Ravage not coming out yet. One got stolen since he didn't have the time for Anchor Smash. Play Hard, he comes in, but there's already a Rampage for Mighty Savior. My freaking god. It was just Call Down and Flak Cannon Rampage, pretty much. He wasn't even that close to the heroes, just Flak Cannon. Oh man. I was totally focusing on the Ravages, but Gyrocopter, if he's this farm, man, he is a sickening carry. So guys, Arcanys as kind of to be expected, I think, but they take game number 1, but this is a best of 3 after all, guys. So Vengeance Gaming, they will have at the very least one more chance to take this to a game number 3 and still hope to just have their tournament lives with them. But if they lose the second one, Arcanys will advance to the next round, which will be played out tomorrow or the day after. I would think tomorrow for them, but we'll see exactly. But guys, as I say that, thank you for tuning in and joining us for some great Southeast Asian Dota. We have more to come. Also, HeflaTV 2 and HeflaMonk on Twitch. They are casting other games for the same part of the bracket, but the games which are on at the same time. So check those out and see you guys for game number 2.